What is going on, guys? My name is 4G. So today I wanted to make a quick video just talking about the idea of Fortnite dying. Now, why does it feel like this game is dying? Now, it's not just me. I mean, it's been like that for me for a while. The only thing I really do on Fortnite is I occasionally play some Reload or OG, but for the most part, I'm just making maps at this point in UEFN. That's really all I'm doing at this point, and I enjoy making that and making content in terms of videos here on YouTube. But the idea of playing Battle Royale is just not really it for me anymore. And I think that is a big problem for the game itself, because even though I know for a fact, because I can look at it, there's still thousands of people playing it, and these are just concurrently playing. So that doesn't even count the people who get on the game and get off the game. It just counts the people who are actively playing all at one time. But the fact that these kinds of game modes are thriving on the platform is kind of crazy to me, okay? This map right here, all right, I don't even want to say the name. I'm happy for the people who made it, you know, great stuff, but I can't really say I approve of the actual title of this map personally. But the point is, this is the map that Fortnite players are playing now. It hit 500,000 players concurrently. That is insane. I don't even think Battle Royale hit 500,000 concurrent players in the last, I don't know, even when the season dropped. I don't even think it will hit that anymore. Maybe with Chapter 7, maybe it's because we're at the end of the chapter. I don't exactly know. But what I do know is that it is not looking good for this game, if I'm being real. And I don't want to just join the crowd of all these people being complete downers and stuff like that. I'm just saying, it's kind of looking weird. It's kind of looking like a period of time in Chapter 4, I think it was around Chapter 4, Season 3, the player count dropped to around 800,000, or at least for a period of time, I don't know. I just remember that was the low point, even though it could have been lower, or I don't even know, to be honest with you, because that was also the chapter where we got access to the player count. Before that, we didn't have any sort of active public player count, so we have absolutely no idea what the player count looked like for that. They only released it because they then also released UEFN at that point in time, which, by the way, I'm not so sure that really helps having player counts, because I feel like there's some people that probably don't play maps because they have no players. I mean, maybe I'm wrong about that, but I don't know if that really helps. I think there needs to be like ratings or something rather than a player count. I don't know. Either way, though, I don't necessarily want them to get rid of it because it's kind of interesting to see at the same time. I'm just saying, I don't know if that helps creators all that much like they originally put it in the game to do. But I will say, when it comes down to it, though, this is not looking good for the game, and I hope that they can do something to turn this game around. What are they supposed to do? I have absolutely no idea. The only thing I can think of is if Epic Games themselves make some sort of brand new mode that is officially done the way that they did, and it's something interesting like Battle Royale was for the time when Battle Royale released. Now, will it ever be that popular? Absolutely not. Even if someone heard Fortnite, if they're not interested in Fortnite, they've already done that. They already know the idea. They have a concept in their mind of what Fortnite is. If they're not interested, I don't think that's going to pull them back in. I mean, maybe they see some gameplay of whatever new mode that they do. It would have to be something fun, something very replayable, and something a little bit more in depth than Battle Royale, in my opinion. I think right now, the way it works is, I mean, I guess people just want to play Reload. I think that's a big thing why the player count looks so bad for Battle Royale. It's just because Battle Royale is just not as interesting as Reload or OG. There's just so many different modes that you can play now, I guess you could say. There's also Blitz now. There's so much that you could potentially play. There's going to be a lot of people who just don't have any interest in regular Battle Royale or regular Battle Royale zero build. And I think that makes sense. That's fine. But when you add it all up, it's around 450,000 to 500,000 players, which is definitely a dip from where it used to be. Because now, a lot of that, I guess, is just creative maps. The rest of that is just creative maps. I get Save the World is another one, which is kind of funny to say, because Save the World's got like, what, 10 to 20K on average, usually hovering around there. These are all still incredible numbers, and there's many games that do not have anywhere close to this, and they're doing just fine. It's just the fact that it's just kind of a sad time, you know? It's a sad time to see the fall from grace for Fortnite Battle Royale, because I do see it. I'm looking at it. The actual Battle Royale mode itself is absolutely bleeding players. Now, again, is it far down below? Is it actually doing bad in general? Not really. It's doing pretty good, especially because it doesn't matter. They don't really rely on just Battle Royale anymore, and they don't want to do that anymore. I mean, not saying they don't want to make Battle Royale. I mean, they're not trying to just make this an only Battle Royale game. They're just doing it now because that's what people still see Fortnite as. But as soon as people start seeing it as this hub world of games like Steal the Brain Rot, right? Things like that. And you can go play that. You can go play your Roblox games on Fortnite now. As soon as they do that, they're going to probably slow down on the Battle Royale stuff. Now, I think they're still going to obviously do seasons and all that stuff. So actually, maybe not, now that I think about it. But it's just kind of interesting to see how this game is changing in many different ways. I don't really want to say evolving all the time. I think it is, honestly, because now you have way more choice. There's way more things you can play. And now that also makes it worse when it comes to bots, but that's a whole different topic, I guess. With more modes, more ways to play, there are going to be less people overall. But I don't truly agree with that necessarily, because when there's still 80,000 plus players, you technically do not need bots. The game is just putting bots in there because of the skill-based matchmaking system, and they want you to have a very fast queue time. But there are ways around that. They don't have to do that. I would rather sit in a queue personally and play against actual real people because I'm playing a PvP game. But anyways, like I said, I just think that this entire topic is quite interesting, though. I don't think Fortnite is overall dying. I think that just Battle Royale is dying because, again, like I said, a lot of people are going to other official modes from Epic Games that are still PvP focused. Now, I would like to see them do something that is not exactly Battle Royale. I mean, it could be similar, kind of, but again, a little bit more to it than just eliminating each other. That is all they've ever done when it comes to PvP, as far as I can remember, really. There's really no objective on top of it. I mean, I guess that survival mode a long time ago in Chapter 2, Season 6, where you had to build the helicopter and then escape, that was kind of interesting. I mean, that was just an LTM. Like, that was definitely not as in-depth as I'm thinking. But I'm just saying, there's definitely some stuff that they could do. Make a proper survival game that is similar to Rust, but in Fortnite. Use Save the World assets. Use Save the World husks, for an example. It's a combination of that, of Save the World and Battle Royale, because it's PvPvE kind of situation. You got the zombies. You got people. You're building your base in Fortnite, and players can attack it. You have to go and grind for resources. There's specific outposts that you can go to get specific loot. I don't know, like an example in Rust, you go to the oil rig to get certain kinds of loot. They could do something in Fortnite that is all Fortnite. I'm not saying to just completely copy Rust, but be inspired by something like that. I think that would be incredibly interesting to see what they could possibly be doing, but right now they're playing it very safe, and I think that's another reason why the game is not really appearing to grow. Like, yes, Steal the Brain Rot has 500,000 players, but it's just moving the players from one mode to the next. It doesn't look like the game is actively growing in players. I mean, I could be wrong. I have absolutely no idea, but that's what it looks like. It just looks like you're moving the players from one place to the next. I just hope to see the game take a turn. I mean, I keep seeing people comparing Roblox numbers to Fortnite. Can we stop doing that? Because that's just incredibly demotivating, for one, to make maps for this game, basically, when in reality, you should be comparing Roblox numbers from, like, I don't know, 2009 or something, around that time, when the game was only like 3 years old. And I know Fortnite's a lot older than that, but what I mean is UEFN is only about 2 years old at this point, almost 3 years old. So realistically, you got to give this stuff time. You got to give it time to develop and grow. And at this point, we really got to have Epic Games work on the tools, because they're still very limiting, like incredibly limiting. I mean, you can do some stuff for sure, and a lot more than you can with Creative 1.0, but it is still quite limiting if you compare it to Roblox, where you could basically make absolutely anything from what I've seen. And I mean, like, look at Phantom Forces for an example. Like, that is Call of Duty / Battlefield in Roblox, and honestly, other than the blockiness, I wouldn't have been able to tell that it's Roblox. And actually, I've seen other games that are similar to that, and they get rid of the blocky characters, and you would never know it was Roblox, to be completely honest. That is what Fortnite needs to really start popping off, because as soon as we get games like that, where it actually feels like you're playing a full game, that is when player base will start going up, because someone will make something with the popularity maybe of Steal the Brain Rot, that kind of thing. Someone will make something similar to that. Will it be original? I don't know. They're usually not original from what I'm seeing, to be completely honest. With these maps that get very popular, they're usually original to Roblox, but not to Fortnite, unfortunately. We need our own Steal the Brain Rot, you know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say. Something that existed first in Fortnite before any other platform, but I don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon. What do you guys think about this? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Do you think that Fortnite is dying, or do you think it's in a currently healthy spot, or maybe it's just because of the fact that it is the very end of the chapter, and that's usually what happens when it comes to these things. Usually people are waiting for the next chapter. They're not really as interested or as invested in the game. It's almost like playing a Call of Duty game at the end of its life. People are waiting for the next one, and they're less interested in the current one, you know, that kind of thing. But anyways, that is going to wrap up this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. And if you guys enjoyed this video, a like would be greatly appreciated. If you're new here and you like videos like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day.